Spike here wants to know how we transform, Hound.
Easy, like this.
Incredible.
It's Sunday morning on CBS, and here again is Charles Osgood.
It's a far cry from the original cartoon. The new movie, Transformers, is dazzling audiences with state-of-the-art visual effects. But have you heard about the other sort of high-tech wizardry that's contributing to its appeal? Bill Whitaker takes us behind the sounds.
Everybody knows Hollywood is all about image. At the premiere, on the big screen. And if you haven't had your fill of explosions, chases, and invaders from space this summer, Hollywood's latest offering, Transformers, dishes out an eye-popping, action-packed, computer-generated visual feast. When it comes to giant robots from outer space battling to the death on planet Earth, Hollywood is banking that seeing is believing. But listen, that's only half of the story. Don't adjust your TV. We've turned off the sound to make a point. Sound of Silence might work for a song title, but for a movie?
You watch a movie without sound or bad sound, it changes the whole kind of vibe.
Ready, and action!
That's Michael Bay.
I'm a big sound director.
3,
He directed Transformers.
go!
Sounds are so important to making a realized picture. These robots are made out of thin air. It's CG, but it's so realistic, and what makes it so realistic is the sound.
Sound, so important to a movie, yet so often overlooked, or rather unsung. So we decided to turn the spotlight on what you hear instead of what you see, and followed the sound of Transformers from beginning to end.
When it comes to sound, it's such a collaborative effort.
Kevin O'Connell comes at the end of the process. He and Greg Russell are sound mixers.
And what we do is handcraft every single sound and tailor it to whatever image we're seeing on the screen at any particular time.
They layer in the sound,
We're going to play just the dialogue in this scene.
starting with this.
I'm flipping!
Adding this. And finally reaching this.
I'm flipping! I'm flipping!
Hold on!
You know, these helicopters weren't the helicopters that were recorded when they shot it.
Every footstep, every bullet by, every gunshot, every sound that you hear is added after the fact.
How many different sounds do you have to gather to put the sound into a movie like this?
Tens of thousands.
Yeah.
Tens and tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands. It all starts with these guys, supervising sound editors Mike Hopkins and Ethan Vanderin. How do you determine what a robot that big sounds like?
It's, I think it's really just imagination.
They imagine what each robotic move, footstep, explosion should sound like, then assemble a team to create them. They won Academy Awards for the sounds in The Lord of the Rings and King Kong, but squads of giant robots from outer space?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a big challenge to have these giant robots, and also to have each one of them feel different. And you've got guns and planes.
Surround the chopper!
So, starting about a year ago, they enlisted an army of helpers. Well, Marines, actually, from Camp Pendleton near San Diego.
The heat's coming!
For the big battle scenes, they recorded Marines running, shouting.
We're fighting, shoot left!
They recorded explosions and fighter jets. But these were the easy sounds.
The more challenging part is what is the soul, you know, what is the sort of internal, emotional, soulful sound that this should have, of the robot.
Yeah, I'll come up with the sounds for the robots.
For that, they turned to sound designer Eric Adal. He collects sounds, lots and lots of sounds, to bring to life what the supervising sound editors have imagined.
Well, you always hear cool new sounds every day. Like Ethan found a pogo stick online. We started playing with it and realized that it had a really neat sound to it, this pneumatic compression thunk kind of sound.
It became part of the unique sounds of a robot named Bumblebee. So did his car door.
Took that and slowed it down 25%, and it sounds like a huge robot footstep. For a scene where there's a vending machine that comes to life and starts shooting soda cans at fleeing pedestrians.
He recorded soda cans dropped from a building.
Ready? Go. It's a lot of fun when you get to make a little bit of a mess, you know, on the job.
Speaking of a mess, yep, they create the sound of a dog. Well, you get the picture. John Resch and Allison Moore are two of the top Foley artists in Hollywood.
Just one of the many fun things we do in Foley.
So called for the first Hollywood technician to manufacture sound effects. They watch the action on the screen and make sounds to exactly match what they see. For example, 20 different sounds are blended to make the robot's footsteps, including Allison's rock. Watch this scene. Star Josh Duhamel is running, but it's John's feet you hear. The gritty, gravelly sound, coffee grounds. And for the metallic sound of a little robot named Frenzy, common kitchen utensils. All from their bag make that cart of tricks.
So really, with just what we're looking at here, you can get hundreds of different sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, and also, too, we can make a mean margarita.
Let's go to reel 7, please.
The whole idea is to give director Michael Bay a cornucopia of sound from which to pick and choose.
You hold the key to Earth's survival.
That's why, when the actors come in...
Just read the whole line wild.
They record take...
Remember, aim low, armor's weak under the chest!
After take...
Remember, aim low, armor's weak under the chest!
After take...
Cover fire!
More American now?
Cover fire!
There you go.
After take...
Cover fire!
After take...
Makes it, yeah, a little English with the American.
In the darkened sound studio, the actors get into character. Even if the character is the tiny, curmudgeonly robot Frenzy, voiced by actor Reno Wilson. Method acting with a robot.
Yeah, method robot acting. Robotic method acting is what it is. It's a technique that Lee Strasberg didn't talk about much.
All the sounds, indeed all the action, undergirded and enhanced by the score.
You feel tension in music, you feel emotion, you feel, you've got themes, the heroic theme, you've got the bad guy theme.
And as you can see, I have the strings separate from the brass, separate from the choir, from the low
Which
percussion,
brings
the
us
mid,
back to Kevin O'Connell and Greg Russell. Every single sound is downloaded into their massive soundboard.
We have individual control over every single element in this film. Everything is separated. So we sit here and handcraft the sounds to create the voice for the film.
Visuals have to be strong, and they are in this movie. But the sound is what brings them to life.
It's kind of like painting. So, you know, you've got a bunch of different colors, and you blend them together to create new colors.
Lennox! The heat's coming! Play the target!
We take frequencies and shape them into what we think they should sound like.
So, the next time you're at the movie, look...
You're just watching images and you're not really driven by it.
And listen.
But you add the sound in there and now you've got a movie.
There's much more on the screen than meets the eye.